sending data to both, and Facebook is not getting it either. Okay, Facebook's online. And YouTube's still not getting data. And we're live on YouTube.
We're live on YouTube. It works.
We're live on YouTube. Look at that. Sometimes you got to take a step back to take a step forward. You know what I mean?
Boom. There we are. Whoa. Sorry about that. All right, guys. Jennifer already said, hey, Jennifer on YouTube. How you doing?
Hi, everyone. Sorry about that.
That was frustrating.
Yeah. That's probably, I mean, it was weird for us, but I can imagine it was weirder for you guys. So
yeah, thanks for coming and finding us again.
Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome to Tuesday. If you were here before, that didn't happen. Nick and I struggle to just do basic functions. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
Did not happen. So, anyways.
Are we all squared away?
I like that Melissa did the Olas twice.
You know what I've been loving seeing is the people with merch posting pictures in the Heroes Quarters.
I do love that. I do be loving that.
It's so fun.
Big time.
So cool. I love it.
I love it too. Oh, yeah, look at that. Right there. Cool. All right. Jennifer likes the YouTube stream better. I don't want to start like infighting, We're all heroes.
I think the platform is probably a little better for video.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's controversial to say. They are a video platform. Facebook is not necessarily.
It's true. Cool. What's going on today? What do we got? Let's bring some. Ooh, FanX tickets are 25% off through Sunday if people want to get tickets to come see us.
Ooh, yeah. I did want to talk a little bit about cons.
Do it.
Should we show them the list?
Let's do it.
Well, I'll read it. I'll just read it.
How about this? I have my phone right here in my belly. I have the photo.
Well, I could also post in the chat. Okay, so well, there's a little bit of ground to cover here. So first things first, if you are within an appropriate distance of Washington SummerCon, we will be there this weekend. The Heroes Journal will be going to its first con, selling journals for the first time ever to real people in person. So if you want to be a part of that, if you want to come say hi to us or meet us face to face, now that we're I guess we're still kind of in the pandemic, but a more post-pandemic world than before.
It's true.
Come by and say what is up. We will be there. We are going to be a vendor, and we actually have a sign now.
It's true.
We just picked it up yesterday.
Yeah. Cheyenne's going to be there on Saturday. So if you want to meet Cheyenne as well on Saturday.
That'd be so fun. Yeah, come by, say hi, and help us figure out how to run a booth. Because we have no idea what we're doing. And that's sort of the exciting part, I think. Because, we kind of rushed our way into this con. I got an ad for it on social media, and I was like, we need to go to this con and be a vendor. So I messaged them, and they're like, we don't have any vendor spots left. And then I showed them our website and our awesome Facebook presence and community, and they were like, wait a minute, maybe we do have space for you. So they gave us a booth, which was cool. The reason we're going to this con, it's a little bit smaller than some of the other cons, but we wanted like a proving ground, a training ground, if you will, a warm-up. That's not really the right word, but you know what I'm trying to say. Because we are going to I think 7 more cons
for sure
before October. So it's going to be a very busy 2 to 3 months coming up here. And I'm just going to read you some of the cons that we are either going to or going to have presence at, or we have paid to be a vendor at.
It's the Nick and Kyle World Tour.
So
that's not going across the world.
Right. Just in the U.S. Here we go. So Washington SummerCon, that is this weekend. Starts on Friday. And then we're actually going to be part of a digital con, RTX con. It was Rooster Teeth. We talked about that. will be a virtual vendor there. They're doing virtual, so we can't be in person, so that's less exciting. GalaxyCon in Raleigh, North Carolina.
It's just Raleigh, but yeah,
Raleigh.
yeah.
Raleigh. Which is it's North Carolina. That is July 29th through August 1st, and I'm actually not sure if we're gonna be at that one. I need to talk to you about our inventory status at that point. That one's another tricky spot, but we might not have journals to sell. Megacon is a huge con. We're super excited to be going to it. I wonder if Rita is in the live stream today, but that's in her area. That is in Orlando. Megacon is in Orlando. It's huge. We're super excited. That's August 12th through the 15th. We will be going to Awesome Con. That's in Washington, D.C. That is August 20th through the 22nd. Then we're going to Rose City Comic Con for
Portland.
all you Oregonians. We will be there. That's September 10th through the 12th. And then we are going to Fan X Con. That's in Salt Lake City. That is September 16th through the 18th. Super excited about that one. That's probably the close to the biggest one that we'll be going to. We have a great booth set up there, so it'll be a lot of fun. And then also LA Comic Con, Los Angeles Comic Con, December 2nd to the 5th. And then also possibly Emerald City Comic Con, which is at the same time. Don't know what we're going to do for that, but maybe we'll have...
Called time travel, Nick.
We'll
You can be at both if
Okay.
you're operating on different timelines.
That's true. And by December, we'll probably have time travel.
It's like this guy's never watched Doctor Who.
You've never watched Doctor Who.
I haven't.
Neither have I.
Is Doctor Who even about time travel?
I think so.
Yeah, I know that. I know everyone else's other car is a TARDIS, so...
Nice. Anyway, that was a lot of cons. Yeah, we will probably post or send out some kind of list to everyone. And what we'll also probably do is we'll probably geotag you, meaning like, when you buy something and you give a company your email and information and shipping information, they know, the area code, zip code in which you live in. So we will probably send emails to people that live in like 100 miles of these cons before we go. So if you are in the Washington area around Puyallup, you'll probably get an email this week about us going to Washington SummerCon. So anyway, we'll do that for all the cons and stuff like that. So you should know in advance if we are coming. But yeah, that's...
I know, Alora, you have to come to the one in Raleigh.
Yeah.
Alora's in North Carolina.
Am I in the wrong... Has no one said anything on
No,
Facebook?
I had to reload it.
Oh.
Maybe put the dates on Discord. That's a good idea. We could make a con chat.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
Con chat.
A con channel. The con channel.
Tanya wore her shirt and hat to work today. I love that. I know. So we are getting all the merch out.
Super close.
Yeah, we're like most of it's out. We had a 10 garment discrepancy.
Yeah. The 10 garment discrepancy of 2021.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, our printer didn't print 10 of the garments.
Yeah, they had to reprint a few because the garments themselves were either damaged or stained or something like that, which they do quality control, which makes us feel better.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, there was just like 10 garments that didn't get put into the invoice. So we paid for them yesterday. They will be here today. Not today. What am I saying? They will be printed soon and shipped to us soon. So, yeah, but I would say for the most part it's all going out this week, and we'll probably all be out by the end of June. So yeah. So sorry for those who might have to wait a little bit longer.
Well, if you use this company again, please be aware they do a size. They do size a little small. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They do. I think the hoodies are a little small.
Mm-hmm.
But good to know.
It's good to know. These are all the things that we needed to learn.
It's true. Clothes are hard.
Clothes are really hard.
But
I'm really glad we're not a clothing company. I think about that pretty often, actually.
yeah, journals are a little easier. One size fits all.
Yeah.
Yeah, super excited.
Yeah. The Facebook chat actually isn't loading. You have to you have to like.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Well, for me, I have to like
What's going on with all these giant tech companies today? Facebook, Instagram.
Laura said that she's only 165 miles away from Raleigh, so I'd up your emails for anyone within 200.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe we should expand those. I think I saw Nicole ask if we needed help at Rose City Comic Con. I'm gonna throw out a tentative probably.
Mm-hmm.
I would say one of the stretching points that one of the growth opportunities that we're looking at for cons isn't just like selling and stuff. It's genuinely getting to meet and interact with people out in the world. We have sold 40,000 journals over the last 3 years, and not a single time have we ever looked someone in the eye and given them a journal, one that they like came to our booth and bought. And we certainly haven't ever had to pitch someone and convince them to buy the journal. We never really sold a journal in the traditional sense. And so I'm really excited to like, have to learn how to do that and have to be comfortable doing that. And more importantly, I'm excited to meet up with some of our heroes. Yeah. In like, city by city. So it'll be fun. David asked what the ETA on the castle mice is.
It's crazy because there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
In our garage.
So castle mice showed up, this weekend?
Yeah.
And they look really good. The prototype that we showed you guys was definitely a prototype. The final versions are definitely better. They stand up, so you can, put them on a shelf. You can hang them, put them on your keys, do whatever you want. But we have them in our garage, and they look great.
Can we see the mice?
Yeah. The only thing missing from IMA right now happens to be the most important part, which is the journals. They should get here mid July 10th. Okay. They land here July 10th. We'll see how long it takes to process them and get them into our warehouse. That usually takes a little long, but yeah, because that's also, it's not just the journals, it's also companion journals and a few other things that go with them. But we are super, super close, and we can't wait to start shipping IMA journals. Like, you have no idea how badly we want to start getting journals out into the world. So very exciting. I feel bad for the Facebook peeps because I have to keep refreshing the chat. But I'll do what I have to do. Hey, Megan. Great. Yeah, Facebook is being kind of obnoxious. Sorry about that, guys. I'm apologizing on Facebook's behalf. But anyway, yeah, with all these cons, we'll definitely need some help. And in the background of us trying to figure out how to run all these cons, we're also trying to ship, 3,000 orders for IMA Journal, all of which actually include this mouse plushie. Look at that.
It stands.
It's really washed out, like in this lighting.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, a cute little mouse.
Oh, Tanya, you haven't received your journal yet? So I remember you winning one.
Yep.
Did you email John? You emailed John. Let me check on it.
Anyway, this is what the mouse plushies look like. Pretty fun. They're very plump, They're very like pear-shaped, which I think I'm into. We should probably hang one on the shelf. Anyway. You know, I'm still a little dumbfounded at how enthusiastic all of you heroes are about these plushie mice. It's pretty phenomenal.
It's really phenomenal. It is both purple and pink is the color of the mouse. Students are messy. They get a lot of crumbs. That's right. Right.
It's very true. Mackenzie asked if we are taking suggestions for cons. I would say at this point we're good on suggestions. We are signed up for about 8 before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Possibly going up to like 10. So we have a lot of traveling we're gonna be doing.
Yeah, we're gonna be globetrotters. It's gonna be cool.
Jet setter. Is that a word for travel? People who travel a lot?
I think so.
Jet setting. I think it is.
Jet setting.
Yeah,
like, do we get multiple Mises for our beef?
That's good. Melinda had a question. Melinda said, "Do I start my new purple journal or wait to IMA?" That's a really hard question. Because, well, okay, it's hard in the sense of it's hard to know when we're gonna actually be delivering journals. I would definitely say it's going to be before the end of August. So that is a time frame. But I think philosophically would say start with whatever you have. Like, you know, it's okay to like start
End of July.
Oh, really?
For Kickstarter?
Yeah.
I think we'll get them out by the end of July.
Oh, okay. Well, look at that.
That's we only have one thing left, and it's the journals, and they're on the water right now.
Technically, that would also be by the end of August.
It would also include that, yes.
Which is what I was referencing.
Yes. Oh, yes, of course.
No. So anyway, it's up to you, Melinda. I mean, if the journal really does give you a sense of structure and consistency, then I would say, of course, just use that. Use the digital files if you have to, if you don't want to mess up your purple. But it'll be there soon. Very soon.
Yeah. We'll be.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy. And I know he's not like the greatest person that ever existed, but there's no Genghis Khan.
Oh, yeah.
I think building things on puns isn't always a good idea, but it's not even really a pun. It's just saying the guy's name. Oh, Michelle wants to see you in your tuxedo. Do you have any photos of you in your tuxedo?
Not on me. I don't think I do. There's probably some. I mean, there's definitely some that like were taken at the wedding from the photographer. I don't have them.
Yeah.
Yet, but you know, I thought it looked pretty good. I bought a tux for the occasion. You have to look good when you're officiating your only sibling's wedding.
Yeah, it's true.
There
you
isn't
got one shot.
There isn't a lot of times in your life where you have to dress that formal, but so I look good enough.
Sky said that my Genghis Khan joke was bad.
Ugh.
Just bad.
Eesh.
I don't know. Hopefully not like bad and like dang, this guy's like a bad person. Hopefully just
Cancel.
like bad like a.
Cancel him.
I
I heard that you endorsed Genghis Khan. What's up with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're like.
Oh yeah, Wildwood Green is sold out.
Yeah.
How have we not talked about that yet?
It's sold out.
You can't buy Wildwood Green.
You can't do it. Not allowed.
No amount of money would. Well,
I mean,
hold on. We do have a few left, but those are like the very big. That's like the backups. That's like my journal showed up and it was cut in half. Send me a new one.
That's like we also had to hold a few out for Kickstarter and stuff for international.
That is also true. Yeah, it's tricky because obviously we have a lot of journals to sell, but
it's true.
But then you also have to hold some for people that got add-ons for Kickstarter and that kind of thing. So you have to be smart, responsible.
Yeah,
and we have been.
We're as always.
But yeah,
we're always the most.
But I mean, to Nicole's comment, Wildwood Green actually is being restocked.
It is. We're remaking it.
We're not just restocking it. We're actually revamping it, relaunching it, and it'll happen sometime soonish. We'll announce it. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Do not fret, everybody.
Oh.
There is a Genghis Khan Cleveland. So
There you go.
do not fret. People have been having issues accessing our Discord server for the book club. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
I know this is going to seem like I'm just like pawning it off on someone else, but does John know about this?
Someone tell John.
I always feel bad because it's like, well, does John know?
You know, speaking of the Discord, I got really excited about something last week, and I kind of feel like I'm the only one that's excited about it. But
Yeah.
I'm going to pitch it to you on the live stream today. So, Kyle and I have been doing office hours for a few months. And if you aren't aware, office hours are where Kyle and I meet over like a Zoom call with a hero using the journal. And we help them on their quest. Whatever question they have about the journal, how to use it, what do I write here, what should my quest be, whatever it is, like we try our best to help. And it's been really enjoyable, and the hope is that it helps some people, but obviously we get really good information out of it because we are trying to make the product as good as possible. So saving people from potential confusion or road bumps or whatever it might be, that office hours is a great kind of down to earth place to do it. But we realized there's a lot of good we can do in helping heroes on their quests. And another thing we realized, there's a lot of the same, similar, I would say, downfalls. A lot of the same pitfalls are happening, which isn't surprising, right? Like, just a lot of common, people are like, well, I need help defining my quest, or I'm not really sure what to write in the, allies and enemies, or like my gratitudes feel kind of hollow. Like, there's a lot of common threads that we found throughout our office hours, and we wanted to make it a little more accessible and make ourselves a little bit more accessible. So I, with the help of John, and Kyle, like came up with this idea of having a quest workshop is kind of the working title for it. But essentially, I would love to see it on Discord. I'd love to see it hosted on Discord, maybe even just a voice only or optional video kind of a platform. And it'd be kind of just like a 30-minute to an hour kind of show, if you will, where audience members could come in. They could, raise their hand, quote unquote. We could call on them. They could come up. We talk to them for, 5 to 10 minutes, and then we give them advice on their quest. And it's kind of like live in front of everyone, and everyone can kind of like encourage them or ask questions or whatever. But it's just kind of a way for us to like do office hours, but on a more accessible scale, I think. Not everyone has time in the middle of the day on a Wednesday to talk about their goals, right? Mm-hmm. People have to work and they have other commitments. And so the hope is that doing something that you can listen to and sort of passively participate in, but still get value out of, is kind of the hope. So, yeah. Quest Workshop. I think I like that name.
Quest Workshop, and it would replace office hours. Correct?
Yes, it would replace office hours.
But I think it would do more. It would be more like people could be like a fly on the wall for this conversation. So if they didn't necessarily have time to like have a specific office hours, they could pop in and listen. So that way more heroes can hear about like different ways. So it allows us to spread the word a little easier than meeting with every individual hero.
Yeah. And, I think good things happen. And here's another thing is like a lot of the office hours, a large majority of them were just, it was someone meeting one-on-one with either Kyle or I. And doing the Quest Workshop allows us to work together as like kind of a pair to, have two brains in the room. And so that's and then obviously just more people. And I love this idea. I love this format because it's benefited me a lot. Like I'm on an app called Clubhouse, which is just like an audio platform where people host like chat rooms essentially where they talk. And I have garnered immense value from conversations that I did not participate in. I didn't raise my hand. I didn't go on stage and talk. I just listened. I listened to other people asking questions to other people. And so I wanted to kind of, I'm maybe like a shyer kind of person when it comes to those scenarios. And so I wanted to open up the door for people who, like to listen, but maybe aren't ready to participate quite yet. Because and the people who have signed up for office hours are very brave. It takes a brave soul to like step up and just ask for help and look at someone face to face, on a Zoom call. So I really commend all those people, but I want to make it more accessible. So Quest Workshop. Join the Discord if you want to see that.
Melissa asked if we're reading along. No.
If we're reading along
in the book club.
No, I have not.
Yeah.
Started that.
Honestly, it all started up really fast.
Yeah.
Like one day there wasn't a book club, and the next day there was, and
well, they've been talking about it for months, though.
I know. I'm not saying that the idea came out of nowhere. I'm just saying like it was like it happened quickly, and I'm really bad at that. Also, I'm really bad at like book club type stuff. I don't think
you are. You read a lot. I mean, I just think both of us are reading books already.
Yeah,
like we're both reading books right now.
And yeah, if you want to do office hours, I would sign up soon because they may not exist after.
Yeah, it might. The window may have closed, but we got to talk to John about it.
Yeah, we still talk to John about it
because we don't even really have a launch date or plan yet for Hero Workshop. But
yeah, Jennifer made a good point. Jennifer said you guys also have a few other things to focus on as well. Yeah, there are a couple things going on.
Wait, what? Did I miss something?
Well, Jennifer just said you two are kind of focusing on other things right now too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of moving parts going on right now. We're trying to make the Hero's Journal a household name. We're trying to make the idea that you can be the hero of your life a common idea, and that everyone feels that way. So
there's so many moving parts in the business right now.
And we're just trying to...
And they're good.
Yeah.
But, like, we're going to cons.
Ooh.
We have to ship our Kickstarter stuff.
We gotta have a tough conversation right now.
Do we?
What are we going to do about live streams when we're in...
Oh, yeah. Guys, we don't know what to do.
Because we're going to be, like, at events on Fridays. So...
Part of me wants to live stream the events.
That'd be wild.
Like...
Just set up, like, a little, like, camera in the background.
Literally have it live stream for, like, 5 hours.
That'd be kind of fun.
Part of me wants to make a vlog out of it, but that's like very different. I don't know. Part of me wants to maybe just do. What if we do Free Journal Friday before the events start? We just do it early in the morning, or I don't know. Maybe we have to move Free Journal to a different day.
Free Journal Thursday.
It just doesn't hit the same as the title Free Journal Friday.
Yeah, Free Journal Friday just sounds so good.
And then not to mention Tuesday Coffee Talk. Maybe we have to have a Saturday morning coffee talk again.
We might have to, but then we have the thing on Saturday too.
Yeah, that's true.
Cons are Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
We start before the con.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of questions, guys.
Doing a live stream as a part of your booth can actually bring a pretty big draw if you set it up right. It can be a motivator of sorts.
Interesting. Yeah, like how would you use it to drive traffic? You could tell people like we're live streaming on our Facebook. I think you need like one person there running the live stream though. Mm-hmm. Like you need someone on the camera talking about the con, what's going on.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Carr said this. I was describing the journal to my neighbor the other day, and before I could say it, she said, "Oh, that's great. So you're the hero of your own story." People are getting it.
People are getting it. This is why we need your help at these cons, because believe it or not, I know it sounds so weird. You're probably better at selling the journal than we are.
It's true. It's happening.
You're just better at it because you understand it in your own way. You're able to put it into your own thoughts and words. And we have been staring at it for 3 years. That if someone asked us to explain it in 10 seconds, it'd be really hard. You know, or it'd be hard to do it without feeling like we let something fall through the cracks. But anyway.
Yeah. Be like an on-scene reporter. Hey, everyone, it's Kyle here at the Hero Con.
Breaking news here at the Hero Con booth.
Someone just purchased 17 Mountain Gray journals for their book club.
And what's that? I'm getting news right now that a Dragonfire Red is being bought by someone cosplaying as Doctor Who.
Oh, what's that? We have news that Kyle asked for the 17th time to get Luke Cage's autograph, and he denied it again. Okay. Brett, we'll get back to you on the updates on whether or not Kyle gets that autograph.
What's that? Okay, I just got word that Nick is being removed from the con for trying to sit with the hobbits at Megacon. For real though, the hobbits are going to be there.
Yeah,
all four of them.
All four of them.
I wonder if I can remember their names. I probably can't. Their actor names, not the hobbit names. Elijah Wood, Sean Astin.
The guy who played Bilbo?
I wasn't counting him, but he's not going to be there.
All the hobbits from Lord of the Rings.
Hobbits from the trilogy.
From the trilogy,
I guess they're both trilogies. Hobbit from the.
I thought the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit are different.
They are, but the Hobbit movies are trilogy. That's why
the Hobbits from the Lord of the Rings.
It is.
Okay.
It's like a prequel to it.
Wait, I thought the Hobbit was the prequel to the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said the Lord of the Rings. I was like, okay.
No,
I know that part. I know that part.
I think everything was right.
Yeah.
Every time you said, I thought you're actually right. Sean Astin, Elijah Wood, Billy Boyd, I think his name is.
Billy Boyd.
He played Pippin, and then I don't remember the name of Mary, which is a bummer.
Pippin. Sky said, sorry, to the full name, that it's easier to sell someone else's things than your own. The Fellowship Hobbits. Martin Freeman is working on Black Panther 2, so he can't be there.
Martin Freeman is Bilbo.
Gotcha.
Well, young Bilbo from The Hobbit. The guy who plays Bilbo in Lord of the Rings actually passed away a few years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Very sad. He's a great actor.
Dominic Monaghan. Monaghan.
Is that his name?
Dominic Mahogany.
Is that the actor who plays Mary?
I think so.
Yeah, well, I got one of them, but yeah, I never would have guessed Dominic. I feel bad. I don't know.
Monaghan. I'm just trying.
Okay.
Yeah.
They started a podcast, actually, Mary and Pippin.
Really?
2 actors, yeah. Anyway. Why don't we sponsor that podcast?
What are we
doing?
What are we doing with our lives?
What are we doing?
Why are we the worst?
Guys, speaking of sponsorships, this is another big thing we're doing over the summer. In addition to cons, in addition to, traveling for cons, trying to fulfill our Kickstarter, trying to do merch, trying to release a new journal or a revamped journal. We're also like, you know what else we should do? We should try and take on the world of YouTube sponsorships. Yeah.
Are you saying that we should try to do that, or that we are doing that?
We are doing that.
Okay, we are doing that.
Yeah.
That is something we've already paid for. So.
And podcasts. In fact, this week we will be a sponsored spot on a podcast for Corridor Crew.
Corridor Crew.
They do virtual visual effects. They have a huge YouTube following. They have a much smaller podcast following. Much more in our budget. Much more affordable for us to sponsor. So we did that. We are also doing a sponsorship with Ginny D.
Ginny D. We
We
just sent her probably the coolest care package we've ever made.
We sent her some really great things. So she'll be doing a integration is what they're called for YouTubers soon. And that came from you guys. That came from Sky, I think.
Yeah.
Suggested that we work with her. I had heard of her from Wormwood stuff.
Worm Life.
And so super exciting to work with her. She's so sweet, so communicative. We're doing a spot with Captain Sinbad is his name, filmmaker, productivity YouTuber. We're doing a spot with a couple channels that do like reviews and like recaps of nerdy like episodes of things. So like the Loki series that's going on right now on Disney Plus. There is a channel that breaks down their episodes and talks about other nerdy things, lots of comic related stuff, called New Rockstars. New Rockstars is a huge channel. They're doing a sponsorship with us. Then we're doing another one with Screen Crush, another kind of like entertainment breakdown channel.
I'm being your hype man right now. I'm just like,
oh, and then How to ADHD.
How to ADHD.
So yeah, we have a bunch of different like sponsorships out in the world, in addition to all the crazy other things we decided to sign up for.
Yeah.
So pretty cool.
We're a little we like to drink out of the fire hose,
We do.
What are we reading right now? Actually, Nick and I are reading the same thing for once. At the same time.
We are.
Look at that.
We're reading a book called Who Not How.
Who Not How. It's a sequel to Horton Hears a Who.
Yeah.
It is not
Way more pictures. Right? Some our level.
And I'm also listening to Supermaker.
Yeah, great book.
Because right now I'm doing a 30-day challenge for myself to exercise for 30 minutes and then read a chapter at the very minimum of a book. And so on the days where I don't want to pick up a book and read because my brain hurts, I just listen to the book while I work out.
Yep.
So,
yeah, Supermaker. I read Supermaker as well, and I recommended it to Kyle. I kind of demanded that he read it, actually.
it was a demand.
Which is fair because he demanded that I read Who Not How.
It wasn't a demand. I was like, you would like this.
No, it was required reading. You said I think this is required reading.
I hadn't even finished it yet, so I couldn't really know.
That's okay, but I take your word for it. When your co-founder says you need to read this,
It's true. I still need to read the Pixar one.
no,
I
you don't.
I think I actually want to read the Pixar book. I want to like read it.
I would say no. It's
Really?
it's a little long and kind of like unnecessarily long. There's 3 chapters I need you to read from that book.
But
I wrote them down.
I don't get a lot. I don't get a lot from listening.
That's
I
okay.
gotta hold it. You know.
That's fine. Hold it. Just read the right chapters.
Hold that thing.
Okay. Yeah. So Who Not How, and then Supermaker is what Kyle's reading, and then I have kind of had a hankering to read a fiction book, and I was looking at American Gods by Neil Gaiman. I know Zach recently read that and really enjoyed it, but they're also making an HBO series, I believe, about it, which intrigues me. So I might pick that up. Although now I kind of feel pressured to read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which I never have read.
42.
Have you read it?
Nope. Follow movie.
You just know the secret to the universe.
It's called secondhand knowledge. It's funny because Reem, I'm gonna blow your mind. Reem asked, "How do you guys keep up?" Well, we both use our journals every day.
You heard of the Hero's Journal? That's how I get so much done. No. How do we keep up? I don't know. I mean,
you saw us yawn a few times on this live stream. We're kind of.
It doesn't really feel like we keep up.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not about keeping up. It's about keeping going.
Yeah.
I think that's what you learn. The name of the game is. It's like, it's definitely a tortoise versus the hare scenario where. That's why it's so important. And I was telling Kyle this. I'll give you some public affirmation here. Kyle's done a really good job of taking care of himself recently.
Thanks, man.
And it's honestly, it sounds like such an easy thing to do. It's really hard to take care of yourself. It's like the most underrated skill to be able to like get enough sleep, do your laundry, clean your room, clean your kitchen, just like upkeep, maintenance, eating correctly, like eating right. It's like those are really difficult things. They're hard to do. And when it comes to like entrepreneurship and running a business, those things are kind of part of your job, like because they affect the way that you work. And entrepreneurship is so transparent. Like everything you put in is what you're going to get out. There isn't like a big corporation or something to like kind of like camouflage your work into. It's like everything you do is very obvious, and either it's working or it's not. And so you have to keep yourself healthy. Mm-hmm. And it's not about, it's very much like the Hero's Journal in the sense that like, it's not about big heroic moments where you like have this like Hail Mary game winning play. It's like the day in, day out grind. And if you're not careful, that grind can like burn you out quick or make you miserable. And so anyway, Kyle's done a really good job of taking care of himself this season. So, anyway, that was
I'll learn it from you, big guy.
Not about keeping up. It's about keeping going.
Yeah.
Tweet it.
I tell Nick every single day that I think the reason that we're going to succeed is not because we have the world's greatest product. I think it's really great. It's not because we're both geniuses, but it's because we both show up every day.
Yeah.
We just show up to work every day and we do what we need to do, and we think big, and we try to make the thing better and stronger and more exciting for all of you. So if you're ever struggling with like starting something or continuing something, just know that showing up to work, whatever that looks like, is the most important part of anything. So
yeah.
That's our philosophical thing for the day.
That was good. David asked a good question. He said, do you guys ever do more than one journal at a time? He said he's doing 2 right now, one for household improvement and maintenance and one for getting tutoring off the ground. You know, I don't think we do.
I do one, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had two journals at once. One is kind of enough for me. What I tend to do is I move my quest around a bit. I change my quest fairly frequently, or I have a lot of side quests, and so I try and fit everything into one journal. Not everyone works like that, so don't feel pressured to plan or accomplish things the way that I do. Like I know Nicole keeps multiple journals, and I think that works really well for her. But yeah, no, I just tend to have everything kind of on one page.
Yeah.
And sometimes it feels like I don't have enough space, but that's pretty rare. Yeah.
Yeah. I keep my journal very vague. I use my journal as like a grounding activity. I talk about it a lot, and I talked about it a lot on Friday during the Q&A, but like doing things that make Kyle feel more like Kyle, and I just keep track of those.
Yeah.
Day in, day out. I'm very like my head for the most part, outside of like maybe the last few months, like I keep track of tasks pretty well in my head. I just don't I lose perspective a lot. So having the journal I write down work, exercise, and read, and my to seize the day.
Yeah.
Because I know that if I do those three things, I'll have grounded myself for that day. So it's more about that for me. So having two journals probably wouldn't help me in that regard. But if I was doing something really specific, I potentially. So I do like to split things up. I like to see things where they live in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Everyone's different. Some people journal therapeutically. Some people journal for clarity and organization. It changes a lot. So, yeah. Tanya asked how the side quest deck is going. Well, slowly. We're getting new samples. Probably sometime in the next 2 weeks. We to be transparent, we did kind of put it on hold for a bit because I think we felt bad about not having merch out yet. We felt a little overwhelmed. And felt just kind of like we were running our business a little irresponsibly. So we paused it. It is still being made. I think the plan it's probably a little too early to say, so don't hold us to this. The plan right now in the timeline might line up that the side quest deck and the relaunch of
LOI
of Legend of Astoria might be at the same time. And they might become a bundle of some sort. So, but we'll see. Again, don't hold us to that.
Yeah.
We have such good beans to spill, but I can't spill them.
Yeah, we're not ready for the beans yet. We're a little bit of we're like a chill. It's like a chill Tuesday morning. We're preparing for the storm.
There's gonna be so many beans though.
So many beans. It's like we're very much an iceberg here at the Heroes Journal. You can see the stuff that's going on, the cons and everything, but there's a lot of beans underneath the surface, which is cool. The Beanberg. Beanberg? What does Beanberg sound like? It kind of sounds like Bundaberg.
Yeah, it does.
It also reminds me of the Hindenburg, which that's not as exciting. You don't want to be the Hindenburg.
Is that a blimp?
That was the blimp that blew up.
The Challenger? Or is that different?
The Challenger I thought that was like a spaceship.
Was it?
I think so. I'm sure there's a spaceship called the Challenger.
The only thing I know about like the Challenger blowing up is it's kind of like our generation's 9/11, not in the same tragedy, but like we use it as a mile marker for how old you are.
Yeah.
Like our generation is probably close to as early as you could get as far as remembering 9/11.
Yeah.
Like I remember the day I was in like second grade.
Yeah.
So
I remember it vividly.
I hear older generations say like I'm old enough to remember when the Challenger blew up, but I don't know what
Apollo.
Is it?
Challenger. Oh yeah, the Challenger did explode. Okay.
Lots of big explosions to define our generational mile markers. But you know what I'm saying though. People will use that as kind of as a marker.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, so they both blew up. One was space, one was blimp.
I see.
Yeah, but both exploded. Both sad.
That's crazy.
Talked about all the sad things today.
You know what isn't that weird? Like, sorry, this is a little morose, so I don't mean to be like that, but isn't it weird how people use those explosion-based tragedies to kind of mark how old they are?
Yeah, I mean, it's the where were you when question that Rachel just said.
But it's the event specifically, right?
Well, because it's so memorable. Like, bad things are so memorable.
It's like a globally shared traumatic event.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's actually more of those behind us than ahead of us. Not because there's going to be less tragedies necessarily, unfortunately, but because the way media is dispersed. Mm-hmm. Like, everyone was watching the same news channel, right, on TV when, like, 9/11 happened. And I'm assuming the same thing with the Challenger, right? So I feel like things have changed so much, and there's so many diversified media sources now that people get their news so many different places. Like, you'd hear it from Twitter, then you'd hear it from, whatever. And it would just be like, it'd just be a different experience. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
COVID, though.
COVID is definitely going to be one of those.
Yeah. Where were you when COVID? Where were you for a year?
Isn't that kind of crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't have kids yet. You don't have kids yet. But there will be a day where our kids learn about that in school. Yeah. And they're like, were you alive during that? And we'll go, yeah. We just launched the Heroes Journal. And they'll go, what's that?
There you go.
Just kidding. Hopefully not. Hopefully, like, really?
The Heroes Journal? You mean that thing that's in Target? Speak it into existence.
No, I was thinking like a funnier joke, like Target meshes with like Chipotle or something, and they become like this giant burrito distributor. And it's just like I don't know.
Yeah.
Or they go, wow, you mean Heroes Journal, the thing that Target's in?
Yeah.
We're a giant building.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We have a meeting with Ryan to talk about some super exciting bean stuff.
Yeah,
so,
we have to get running.
But I want to end with the quote that I talked to you earlier about today.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
And I'm gonna butcher it. It's from the book that Nick and I are reading. But here's the premise. If you want to look it up, you can. But the premise is, you are young when you have more ambitions than you have memories. Being that you're more excited about the things that are coming versus the things that have already happened. So as you approach your goals, remember that there are a ton of exciting things that have yet to happen in your life. There are a lot of incredible quests you're gonna complete. There are a ton of obstacles that you're gonna overcome. And there are a bunch of stories you're gonna tell to yourself and to your loved ones. So for that reason, it's something to be super excited about. And so I want to end the live stream on that.
That's good. And speaking of tragedies and surviving them, you are all here on this day with us, sharing this moment, and we appreciate that. And if you are watching this and listening to this, better days are ahead of you than behind you. I hope that you take full advantage of them.
Till next time.